They're called Red Squadron, but within their ranks they have a different name, the Tribe. And if you're in the world's most elite Navy SEAL unit, you don't get a nickname like that for nothing. Red Squadron is one of SEAL Team 6's most lethal assault teams, specializing in counter-terrorism, captive rescues, and high-risk kill-capture missions. If there's a job that requires speed, violence of action, and absolute precision, there's a good chance Red Squadron is getting the call. The Tribe isn't just a name, it's a mentality. This is a tight-knit brotherhood of operators, forged through some of the most intense combat deployments in modern history. These guys don't just fight together, they live and train like a family, pushing each other past limits that would break most soldiers. With their signature Red Squadron patches and an unshakable warrior ethos, Red Squadron has left its mark on battlefields across the globe. And while most of what they do is buried under layers of secrecy, one thing's certain: when the Tribe is unleashed, the mission gets done. Want more breakdowns of elite units? Drop a comment, hit follow, and let me know who I should cover next. They are the hidden force behind nearly every special operations mission. They guide airstrikes, rescue downed operators, and control the battlefield from above and on the ground. If SEAL Team 6 or Delta Force is going in, the 24th Special Tactics Squadron is already there. The 24th STS is the Air Force's only Tier 1 unit, but they do way more than just call in airstrikes. They're combat controllers, pararescue men, and reconnaissance experts, meaning they don't just direct firepower, they jump into the fight themselves. One of their most legendary moments? Operation Anaconda 2002. A 24th STS combat controller, Technical Sergeant Kiri Miller, was dropped into an all-out firefight in Afghanistan. Surrounded, outnumbered, and under relentless machine gun fire, Miller coordinated airstrikes, moved wounded teammates to safety, and kept fighting for over 15 hours. His actions saved multiple lives, earning him the Silver Star. But here's what makes the 24th STS truly terrifying. They are everywhere, and you'll never know it. They don't wear identifiable unit patches, their names are scrubbed from records, and even within the special operations community, most will never meet a single one of them. The 24th Special Tactics Squadron is one of the most elite and unknown units in the US military. Want to hear more classified stories from the world's deadliest warriors? Let me know what unit I should cover next. Most liked comment wins. They're one of the oldest and most feared regiments in the British Army. You've seen them standing guard outside Buckingham Palace, but don't be fooled by the fancy hats. These lads are hard as nails. This is the Grenadier Guards. Formed in 1656, they're the senior regiment of the Foot Guards and have fought in every major British war since. From Waterloo to World War II and more recently in Afghanistan, these soldiers don't just stand still, they fight on the front lines. But let's talk about what makes them elite. Their selection is brutal. Once you pass basic training, you'll be drilled to perfection in ceremonial duties and combat skills. Ever tried standing still for hours in the freezing cold while tourists try to make you laugh? That takes a different kind of discipline. And let's not forget their role in the Guards Parachute Platoon, an airborne unit within the paras that sees some of the toughest action. These boys are absolute warriors. What do you think? Would you survive Grenadier Guards training? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into Britain's hardest units, hit follow. They don't just predict the storm, they bring it. Special Reconnaissance Airmen are the US Air Force's elite battlefield intelligence specialists, trained to slip behind enemy lines, gather real-time data, and shape the battlefield before the fight even begins. These are the guys who evolved from the old Special Operations weather teams, but forget forecasting the rain. Now they're focused on reconnaissance, cyber warfare, and direct action support. If there's a mission happening in the shadows, chances are an SR operator was there first, unseen, setting the stage. Training? Brutal. Over nearly 2 years, candidates are pushed to the limit, mastering infiltration, electronic warfare, and reconnaissance tactics. They learn to hack enemy networks, disable air defenses, and call in strikes from anywhere on the planet. Failure isn't an option, only the best survive. But SR isn't just about sneaking around. They're also the Air Force's sensor warriors, deploying cutting-edge surveillance gear, drones, and cyber tools to dominate the battle space. They can jam enemy comms, track hostile movements, and provide real-time intelligence for special operations forces worldwide. Silent, unseen, absolutely lethal. That's AFSOC's Special Reconnaissance. You wouldn't know they were there, but that's exactly the point. They don't shout about it, they don't pose for pictures, and most people don't even know they exist. But the Special Boat Service, or SBS, is Britain's most secretive and most feared special forces unit. While the SAS gets all the Hollywood attention, the SBS is out there doing the real James Bond stuff, but without the tuxedos and martinis. Their specialty? Maritime warfare. If you need an enemy stronghold taken down from the sea, these lads are arriving in the dead of night, underwater, probably holding their breath just for fun. SBS operators are diving specialists, free-falling commandos, and some of the most elite warriors on the planet. They train in conditions that would make most people cry. Cold water, high-pressure combat, and missions so classified even the government pretends they don't know about them. And while they technically can focus on water-based ops, these guys aren't just limited to the ocean. If there's a mission that requires stealth, precision, and absolute ruthlessness, the SBS is getting the call. Their motto? By strength and guile. And trust me, they've got both in terrifying amounts. They fly Black Hawks, Chinooks, and little birds into some of the most dangerous places on the planet. These aren't your average pilots, they are the Night Stalkers. The 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, better known as the Night Stalkers, fly at night, in total darkness, inches above the ground, dodging enemy fire like it's a casual Tuesday. But what makes them so elite? Night Stalkers master flying under extreme pressure. We're talking nap-of-the-earth flight, weaving through mountains with zero visibility, landing in tight urban combat zones, and pulling off extractions while dodging bullets. If a mission is considered too dangerous for anyone else, the Night Stalkers get the call, and when it comes to combat history, their track record is ridiculous. Bin Laden raid? Night Stalkers. Black Hawk down? Night Stalkers. Countless secret missions we'll never hear about? Also Night Stalkers. Their motto? Night Stalkers don't quit. And when failure means leaving special forces stranded deep behind enemy lines, quitting was never an option to begin with. They don't just call themselves raiders for fun, it's a name earned in blood, sweat, and absolute chaos. The Marine Forces Special Operations Command, or MARSOC, is the tip of the spear for the US Marine Corps, and their lineage traces back to one of the most ruthless commando units of World War II, the Marine Raiders. These original raiders were the boogeymen of the Pacific, launching brutal amphibious assaults, striking behind enemy lines, and tearing through enemy positions before disappearing like ghosts. Fast forward to today, and MARSOC operators carry that same ferocity, just with better gear, night vision, and the ability to ruin someone's week from half a mile away. Getting into MARSOC isn't for the faint-hearted. A brutal selection process weeds out anyone who doesn't have the mental and physical resilience of an absolute machine. Those who survive become masters of direct action, unconventional warfare, and counter-terror operations, capable of dropping into hostile territory with zero backup and 100% confidence. And unlike other special forces who pick their fights, MARSOC runs toward the worst battlefields on the planet. Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, they've been there, kicking doors in, leading shadow operations, and proving why the title Raider isn't just a name, it's a warning. When you need to rain hell on the enemy with pinpoint accuracy, there's one group you call the Tactical Air Control Party, or TACPs. These guys don't just fight alongside the infantry, they control the skies above them. TACPs are like the ultimate middlemen of modern warfare. They're coordinating fast-moving aircraft to support troops on the ground. They're the ones making sure the right targets get attention while keeping their own guys out of harm's way. They work in the shadows, blending in with frontline units, eyes locked on the sky while everyone else is focused on what's ahead. Ever seen a soldier staring at the horizon, completely unfazed while the ground shakes around them? That's probably a TACP operator. Cool under pressure, always calculating, and probably running on caffeine and 3 hours of sleep. Becoming a TACP isn't for the faint-hearted. Candidates go through intense endurance tests, survival scenarios, and mental pressure that would make most people quit. It's not just about toughness though, it's about thinking clearly when everything around you is going sideways. These guys train to make split-second decisions that could change the outcome of a battle. And the final test? Let's just say, if you make it, you'll walk away knowing you've earned a role where every decision matters. TACPs aren't just another cog in the military machine, they're the voice that connects the ground to the sky. And when everything depends on getting it right, you'll want one of these guys on your side. Want more breakdowns of the most hardcore roles in the military? Hit follow and make sure to stick around to see what's coming next. You might outrun a Marine, but you will not outrun his dog. These are Marine Corps dog handlers trained to track, hunt, and take down threats with their relentless K9 partners. Working dog handlers and their four-legged operators are some of the most feared assets on the battlefield. Traps, hidden threats, these dogs sniff them out before they can do any damage. And if an enemy tries to run, good luck outrunning a 70-pound Belgian Malinois with a personal vendetta. But this isn't just fetch and sit training. These teams deploy to the most dangerous places on Earth, searching compounds, clearing IED routes, and tracking enemy fighters in the dead of night. Their bond, stronger than steel. Because when you rely on each other to survive, trust isn't optional. And when the mission is over, these dogs aren't just tools of war, they're family. Many handlers adopt their K9 partners after service, ensuring they get the retirement they deserve. They may walk on four legs, but make no mistake, these dogs and their handlers are warriors. Want more breakdowns of the most hardcore roles in the military? Hit follow and make sure to stick around. They're the invisible force behind every special operations mission. While everyone else is kicking indoors, these guys are calling in the thunder. Air Force Combat Controllers, CCTs, are the ones who make sure the right people get blown up at the right time. Dropped deep behind enemy lines, they coordinate airstrikes, control airspace, and land aircraft on dirt runways in the middle of nowhere, all while dodging bullets. They train alongside Navy SEALs, Green Berets, and Delta Force, because when it all kicks off, they're the ones making sure the sky rains fire instead of friendly fire. But don't let the job title fool you. These aren't just guys with radios. They're special operators first, air traffic controllers second. They've got the same brutal selection process as other special ops forces, plus they have to master the science of war from the sky, precision airstrikes, high-risk extractions, and even running entire airfields in hostile territory. So, next time you hear the phrase danger close, just know there's a combat controller making sure it's the enemy in danger, not the good guys. Want more behind-the-scenes stories of elite forces? Drop a comment, hit follow, and let me know which unit I should cover next.
We'll be fine. Cap badges.
2 minutes to blow the planes, boys. Move. Fucking move!
We'll be fine. Cap badges.
You, the men of the SAS, have carried out. We achieve our success because we do things differently.
We'll be fine. Cap badges. The SAS is a blank page, and it is our job to fill it. We'll be fine. Cap badges.